it's assigned to next. However, for as long as Denmark is free, that's not the case. Now it seems that we'll have to go after this army there that's retreating to the harbor city of Aarhus. Very interesting. And then we'll have to focus on the capital city itself. We still have 7,000 resources to work with. The enemy should not be able to reach Paris. As you can see, they're in a very peculiar situation here where they would have to cross rivers, so they won't be very quick. In here, undoubtedly we're going to easily get rid of the remaining troops there. Let's first of all raise ourselves another general. So, the new general is Jean Frederick Moreau. Right there. Age 52. Take the settlement for me, Frederick. And the city is ours. Successfully, we have retaken it for ourselves. Let's build a church. Certainly Catholicism is up, but just not exactly where I would wish it to be. In here we need a church. Here we have a church. Let's take a look at other settlements out there. The churches, we have a church here. As you can see, Catholicism is moving up. We have a church there. In here we need a church. Done. In here we would need a church, but it looks like that's not going to happen. Now, surprisingly, they have animism here, which is really bad. Besides, the Russians here are quite numerous and very dangerous. Now, let's move on to Arkhangelsk. Slowly but surely. Obviously, if we control this, we have all the wood that we would ever need, if we don't have it already now here in Finland. Alright. So, these forces here can be kind of left on their own. They can take care of St. Petersburg. The spy, on the other hand, could move forward and show me what else is waiting for me there. So that's one of the Pope priests. As you can see, he's spreading Catholicism, and he was doing this quite effectively so far. Alright. That's a rebel-held Cherkassk. So it looks like the war against the French was truly devastating for the Russians, due to the fact that they are even suffering from rebellions, which is really bad. Now this army right here, as you can see, it was quite wounded, quite badly. So Catholicism is here, but it's certainly not strong. It needs to be a lot stronger. Even with the priest, it's still going down. But the church school is on its way. And with the church school, everything should certainly end up in order. Now, what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to march on Moscow. It looks like that's the right time to do it. We have two available armies to do it. Both of these armies are more or less together powerful enough. One of these are going to be at full strength, another one is not, and I could as well make sure that it does end up being much more powerful. And slowly but surely we'll be moving on to Moscow, get our armies together, And we'll be trying to fight at the gates of Moscow now. As you can see, they have one powerful army that they have spread into two large sections and two very small sections of this army. All in all, they want to raise here up to 4 armies. However, I'm sure that our continuous advance is not letting them do that. Now here, this city may as well end up being lost. However, I do need to fight this army led by John Ostolstov. Yes, it looks like we have very successfully killed off the remaining insurgent force there. Now these troops may as well move on to Petrovskaya, however we will certainly going to retake it in the nick of time. Okay, it looks like in here this army is free to move forward, and we're going to move into Bosnia. We're going to take it over for ourselves. And in this way, we're going to increase our lands even further. So, armed populace, as you can see, supported by Semenes, Delhi horsemen, Nizam credit infantry is going to try to defend. However, we have very successfully did this. Trade gain, Jean Frederick Moreau, rumors of cowardice. Oh no, -1 to morale in battles. Lack of physical courage is not necessarily a handicap to high command, no really. This general has routed at least once in the presence of the enemy. Victory in battle and personal combat will probably wipe away the suspicion of cowardice in this general. Minus morale in battle. That is really bad, I would say, at the least. So -1 morale in battle. It looks like he has to be fired due to this. Now I think that the cowardice in our army is something that we should avoid as much as possible. Certainly, it's very dangerous to have armies that are being led by cowards, and I think that deserves an investigation into our forces there. However, first of all, let's take a look at our current situation here. Oh, look at that, let's take care of them. We don't even have to fight these armed tribesmen ourselves on the field of battle, because that's quite insignificant. Alright, now that that's done, let's attack their leader himself. We're going to tax these for now and get rid of these raiders. Okay, it looks like Etienne Joseph has did a great job. Look at that. We have successfully with one army taken multiple settlements for ourselves. Cherokee town. Let's move this new army on to the town of Williamsburg, Virginia, and let's take this one for ourselves now. It looks like we're finally facing the back with the Spanish, which is good. They're our trading partners. It's certainly a good idea to have them there. So we have Two cities are fully Catholic. Charleston is going to be soon fully Catholic too. And hopefully more will. Now we have one quite interesting situation here. We need priests that could make sure that our newly conquered territories in Ottoman Empire are being pushed off Islam. Interesting, however, we don't need Muslims in our French Empire to be the majority. Obviously, anybody can believe in Islam while living in France for as long as it's not a big deal for everybody else. You can believe whatever you want. You can believe in Archon the Ever Chosen from Warhammer lore books for as long as you don't want to kill anybody. Okay. Now, so that's the first priest. That's the second priest right here. He is doing a great job here, as you can see, taking care of our Catholic religion. Okay, so these were stationed here to take a look at the previously held Prussian land that was very Protestant, and slowly but surely they are doing a really great job at increasing our presence, religious presence there. This priest right here is certainly doing a very important job too. Alright, the one on Iceland. The one here is kind of trapped, so nothing much can be done about it. And it looks like that's pretty much all, really. Now you from St. Petersburg could as well march forward. Let's take a look at the agents. Obviously the agents are going to give us a closer look, you know, into what's going on. So this agent right here was very long time close to Boston, so we saw quite a bit of troop movement here anyway. Rick Joseph Moreau is by Moscow, so we have a really good look at it. Another agent trapped here in Punda. There's an agent here in the town of okay, it looks like that's not a town, it's just a mine, so he's by the mine. Let's move on forward to Astrakhan and make sure that we have a closer look. You can just stay here, cross the river, and have a look at the rebels. They are certainly going to be an easy prey. Now this spy from Paris could as well move on and give me more information on Genoa. And it looks like that's all that I need. The gentlemen are in schools, and this increases our research potential. So everything is more or less in order. Obviously, things like national debt is going to lower happiness. However, that's something that we kind of have to admit, I guess. This reduces costs, but makes people less happy because people become smarter, right? So far so good. We're not investing much into overall economy, but we're gaining more settlements, we're winning battles, and that's what we need. Now the next step is quite interesting one. Now first of all, let's take a look at our generals and let's make sure that these generals are fit to lead. So the first general we're going to inspect is Bon Adrien Bonaparte. So it looks like he's one of the Bonaparte family, just like Napoleon Bonaparte, or at least that family tree right there. Obviously, if there's just a surname that's famous or will be famous in the future, not necessarily means that this person is of the same family. It's just that he, as maybe millions of others, share the same surname, which is perfectly fine. So Bon Adrien Bonaparte, currently in Karelia, Finland. Let's take a look at his character details. Soldier from birth, +1 to command in land battles. Warfare is this man's calling, his heart thrills at the trumpet's note. A good seat, +1 to command when leading cavalry units. This man is natural horseman and fearless. To boot. As a child, this man had only 2 toys, saber and a hobby horse. This man cannot change his dashing character. It looks like those cars move way too fast. Great general. +3 command in land battles. This man is properly counted among the great captains in battle. This is a result of repeated victories and can be improved further. Aggressive attacker. +2 to command when attacking on land. This man's aggressive ways are translated into tactical excellence. This trait has been gained by repeated success when attacking enemy armies. Hero of the army, +4 to morale in battles. To reek of gunpowder, the clash of steel, the drums tattoo, battle brings. A knowing smile to this man's face. The general has rarely missed an opportunity to cross swords with enemy forces. General of infantry, +3 to command when leading infantry units, -1 to morale in battles, +10% to infantry units campaign movement range. So this gives us -1 morale. However, hero of the army gives us +4 to morale. So it looks like this is certainly fixed enough, and these are the general bodyguard units. Most of the money is paid by somebody else, so we don't really have to pay much for the upkeep. I like that a lot. So certainly this general is a big deal, no doubts about that. Let's move further. Claude Fawcett. Cloudy Fawcett. He has a follower. Wagon Master, +5% to army campaign movement range. When an army marches, it must carry all its necessaries with it. First of all, he's a brave soldier, +2 morale in battles. Then a good seat, +1 to command when leading cavalry units. Then he's corporal in gold braid, +1 to command when leading infantry units, +1 morale in battles. Confident general, +1 to command in land battles. Very, very good general indeed he is. Now let's move on to Victor Lesage. He has 2 followers. First of all is Galloper, +1 to command in land battles. A timely message can avert many crises in battle. The second follower of his is a patriotic sword, +1 to dueling when dueling with swords, +2 to morale in battles. The gift of grateful nation for defeats inflicted on treacherous foreigners. It looks like he got this sword from the state itself, maybe from the queen or a king, or a royal family member, or maybe by a general, by some kind of a statue or a rule. In any case, that's a reward, and that makes him a better fighter and a leader, because the soldiers know about this. It gives them more morale. Furthermore, he's a courageous leader. It gives us +3 to morale in battles. He's a drill master, +2 to command when leading infantry units, +5% to infantry units campaign movement range. Aggressive attacker, +2 to command when attacking on land, and a superior general, +2 to command in land battles.